Hey everybody, welcome back. Or if you're new here, thanks for stopping by. My name's Heidi, and I finally got all my stuff together so I could finally do another video. It's only been a month. I'm so sorry. It's been a busy month. I'm hoping the rest of the summer is a little bit more chill. But, you know, I think we all think that, and then the summer just kind of goes, psst, gone. Look, hey, holidays. Yeah. So anyways, it is June 5th. See, I'm already trying to get rid of summer. It is June 5th. It's Wednesday. I go back to work tomorrow, so I figured I better do this now or it's not getting done. This past month, May flew right by. We started the month with the beach trip. We went down to Hatteras Island and Avon, and we had a wonderful time. It was the best weather the entire week, and there was much floating in the pool, and life was good. I hope you got something just as wonderful planned for you this summer. There was a lot of stitching done, and came right back and immediately went into graduation mode. My stepson graduated from Virginia Tech, and he's since turned right around and went off to Pennsylvania and started his first job. Bless his heart. He's up in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and working for the MLB Draft League there. So, God bless Zach. Good luck, buddy. Welcome to the real world, or at least for a little while. I think he starts grad school in the fall, and that'll be a year or so, year and a half, something like that. So, pretty exciting for him and excited for him. That's pretty awesome. So family was in for that. It was nice to see them. Let me see, this past weekend was my birthday, and we were having, Rusty's granny had passed several weeks ago. We had her celebration of life, so got to spend another weekend with family. A little bittersweet, but it was very nice. It was nice to be with family on my birthday, and then the next day we spent celebrating Granny. What an amazing lady. Then what? What else was May? May was Maynia. It came and went. I had excellent plans. It kind of panned out. It kind of didn't. You'll see. I'll show you here in a minute. A lot of this month was Etsy stuff. So quick Etsy update. Thank you. Your response and your wonderful feedback has been overwhelming. It's been a lot of fun to play with these. It's been keeping me busy, and but in a good way. I love it. Because of the Etsy, you'd heard on my last video, I had met a local stitchy friend, Teresa, and if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that she did, she has beautiful photos. She's got an eye for that, so she took some of the tags home with her and did little vignettes for them, and I posted those. They look so cool, so I've switched some of those over to my the Etsy store too, so you can see really nice pictures as opposed to my hey, this'll do pictures. You know. Also, in the past month, I've met two more local stitchy friends. It was Kim and Trisha, and spent an afternoon with both of them, and they are delightful and absolutely wonderful. I hope to meet up with them again soon and actually do some stitching instead of just chit-chat. We're getting there. And or road trips. Everybody wants to go to some of the local stores or the newer stores here in Virginia that we haven't seen yet. So stay tuned for that. Look out. Old broads with disposable income and a car. Look out. Coming to a town near you. Anyways, so that's been, like I said, a lot of fun with the Etsy stuff. This week, the popular demand was for anything dogs or cats. So again, on Instagram, I posted some of them. I have some of them here to show you. And then I have a couple of newer ones that I haven't posted yet. They'll hit this weekend. So just took a bunch of them out of the press this morning. Get those finished up. And there, I think in there's like maybe three new sets. Some vintage sewing that's really cute. Some cats and sweaters. I don't know. I'm a sucker for cats and dogs and clothes. I mean, like this. What's not to love? with Mr. Top Hat. So these are cats. Is it cat portraits or cats and portraits? Something like that. I think there's only about 8 different designs of these, or maybe 6. There's not a lot. I keep showing you the same 2 or 3. But these are bigger ones. These are the funny cats. You can see they're a little bit smaller. Almost not quite a mini, but closer to it. So these are more cartoonish, and there's like 30 some different designs of these. So in a set of 20, obviously you're not going to get them all. So the angry looking ones. Look more like my cats every day. Angry. Mainly because we have another feral. Anybody that's been with me for a while, you know, last year I had a little feral that was really mean and hateful. And, oh, this is me on work mornings. And he since went away, and then now we have a new one. And mine have tangled with him, so you know what? I give up. I need to borrow one of my neighbor's dogs. That's the only reason I think we get these cats, is because everybody else around me has dogs that chase them away. So I would have a dog if my husband and I didn't work 12-hour shifts, basically. And I just, you know, don't want to crate a dog for 12 hours, nor do I want them tearing up the house for 12 hours or being outside for 12 hours. So, you know, there's that. So my cats are angry because they stay inside more. Although you can see right over here is my screened-in porch. They're living pretty good. They're just spoiled. Anyways, more kitties in clothes. Little classy kitty cats. Look at that. They're cute. Oh, I like him. I'm a sucker for black cats. There's another one. And then along the same vein, you have doggies. Dogs. Same thing. This has, I don't know, 30 some odd designs. So you're not going to get all of them in a set, but you get most of them. Look at that. Sherlock dog. Anyways. There's also some blue toile hems. I think there's like 8 or 10 different little houses here. They're all basically pretty similar. I like the look of the blue. And then I'm trying something new. So these, as soon as I take pictures of them and get them listed, so definitely by this weekend. These are like a vintage bee. Going for a circle. So these are 2-inch circles, I believe. And have, I think, maybe 6 or 8 different designs on here. Of course, no, I'm not going to see them all. It's not like I put them in any particular order, trust me. They're more muted colors, but I like the look of them. And again, circles, something different. And then I did some little autumn homes. And these are hard to show on the ring. Maybe I shouldn't have kept them on the ring. Let's see. Little autumn homesteads. Something different. So there's those. What I just took out of the press this morning was several more of the patriotic ones. Those are a big hit right now, understandably. And so those will be restocked this weekend along with those, the circle ones you just saw. And the others I've kind of teased. The sewing ones, the cats and sweaters. I think there's a couple others. It's not coming to me right now, but you know, it's because I'm old and I don't remember crap. Anyways, if I don't write it down, it's over. Anyways, so moving right along. I've been watching all kinds of Flosstube along with other random bits and pieces. who have I been watching? Bear Stitcher. I don't know if anyone's seen her. She's fairly new or newer. She has 4 or 5 different videos out now. She's kind of enabled me. You'll see here in a little bit. She likes to use a lot of the opalescent fabric, and she has a lot of mirrors. So she's really been loving May. Okay, I just saw her most recent one. She's all kinds of gorgeous stuff. So I've started one on opalescent. I've got at least one other in mind for opalescent, but I got some fabric I'll show you. And Jen's Fiber Web is another one. She's newer. She does cross stitch and knitting. And who else? Allie Renee's Copious Spare Time. I like her sense of humor. She's got all kinds of interesting, she's got an interesting background. You have to check her out. I've enjoyed her quite a bit. I watched, like everybody else, the Colorado Cross Stitcher, and I watched her most recent one, and I actually won a giveaway. I was like, what? I had to like back it up and listen again. I'm like, oh my gosh, I finally won something. And it was a gift card to her shop. So I'm like, I wasted 0 time spending that. So it was delightful. And I'll show you that stuff here in a little bit. But she couldn't be more kind and gracious. She was very sweet. And she was asking for goodies for her summer camp giveaway baskets or gift baskets for all her cool stuff she's got planned for summer camp. And so I'll be sending some of the floss tag sets to her for that. But yeah, yay! Free stuff. All the times I tell my husband it's free, and this time it actually was. Look at that. So what have I been doing? Actually stitching. I actually have a couple finishes, and if there were 30 hours in a day, I would have a fully finished object, but you know, we don't live on whatever planet that is that we have longer days, which is a shame. So I will start with, I didn't even write it down. I forgot who this is without looking at it. It's June. Let me see. Do I have it? Is it from the heart? June Quaker. Da-da-da. What is it? Handmade by Sarah W. Is that it? Did I say that right? She's the one that enabled me on this one. She has it in that wonderful little box behind her in her videos, and she got from Polka Dot and Paisley and Polka Dots, whatever it is that has them. It's a nice little perpetual calendar. So of course in April I bought June thinking I'd have it ready. I do, but I figured I'd take that to work anyways, so you won't see it in here because wow, then I would just I don't know. You know how it is. You spend more time at work than you do at home. So anyways, I'll appreciate it more at work. So hopefully I'll have it finished by the next video, and I'll show it to you before I run it off to sit at my desk at work and go from there. And I did start the July one, but I'm not even going to bother showing it to you because it's like 7 whole stitches just so I had a frame of reference. I went and got my hair cut the other day, and usually she, runs off and chit-chatting with other people while I'm sitting there processing, so it's a great place for me to sit there and stitch while my hair is cooking. But there was no one else there, so we just got to chit-chat. I thought it was a little rude if I pulled out the stitching, so I didn't. So, I know. Me, not be rude. Anyways, next up, I have 2 finishes, is this one. I'm sure most of you will think it looks familiar, because it is. It's an older one. This is a Brenda Gervais. I think it's Seasons of the Heart, and this is Summer. And this would be, if you watched the last video, that was Borders 2, Heidi's 0. This is Borders 3, Heidi's 0. Jacked it up a little bit over here, but that's all right. Fake it till you make it. No one's gonna know, right? It's cute and timely that I finished Summer in summer. Started it in summer. Finished it in summer. Doesn't have to be the same summer. That would be boring. right? Absolutely. So, new starts. I had 5 tentatively planned because it's May, the 5th month, yada yada. So I started the One Nation Bygone Stitches at the last day of April. And that's what I pretty much stitched on the whole time at the beach because it's bigger count and easy to see, and lighting there at the beach house was less than stellar. So I knew better, and that's what I stuck with. So you'll see that here in a little bit. But so I'm going to tentatively, kind of sort of cheated and counted that as one of my new starts. And then I did 3 others, and I'm just going to call that good enough. Because I guess a 5 if I count the July Quaker, but technically I started that in June, so, you know, Maynia. It's like whip go. It's a nice thought. It's a good idea. It's a goal. Can't have everything, right? So, anyways, new starts. Let's figure out what pile it's in. All right. This one is the Jardin Prive Sampler and Bouquets with Bouquets. I started on this end. It will look like that when it's finished. And I started this, dug in my stash and figured 18 count Ada would be wonderful. And I have plenty of it. And there's my little start. I love the colors. I think that's what drew me to them. There's not a lot of them, but there they are. And I tell you, the first time stitching on Ada in about a decade or more was delightful. It's so easy. I didn't have to think nearly as much, and that's always a good thing, right? And using some stash for a change. That's kind of cool, too. Next up is a completely pathetic start. Almost ashamed to call it a start. But that's all right. And it's one that's been hanging out, just kitted up and ready to go for the longest time. And this would be Mary Gypson. Whilst Iris Naps did this beauty. And I would love to be able to show you something that's worth looking at. So that's why I'm letting you look at this. Because this is done on a 46 count Thornfield, which is the way it came. And the nice little kit, whatever. Bought it all from a kit from Hobby House. And there's my sad and pathetic little start. And it's done with the beautiful Petable called for a Versoir. A Versoir. It is. It's like, oh, I could sleep on that if it weren't so hideously expensive. Wouldn't we all? So there's that. She might get some love this week because that's just sad. That's sad to call that a start. But darn it, I will. And then next up, I just started this the other night. Like the 30th or something. Just sneaking it in under the wire. I love all this lady's charts. And it was like hard to pick just one that I really wanted to start. I think I have maybe 2 or 3 of her other patterns that are smalls that I just haven't gotten around to. But the kind of have in the back of my head is I would do those for the Smalls Exchange for the retreat I'm going to in October. So it's probably why you've seen the pattern. It's just been a few videos ago. Anyways, this is Crocette Gogo, my favorite Italian designer. And this is one of her newest one, if not her newer ones, if not one of her newest one. You know, words are hard. Anyways, it's the 4th of July in the city. She has a whole series of these in the city. Spring in the city, Halloween in the city, you know, you get the idea. And they're all delightful. They're all the same basic 3-tier kind of setup. And, I mean, who can resist? If you haven't already seen them, go check her out on Etsy or wherever. She's big on Instagram, too. She has all kinds of free charts you can get. I think in the last Cross Stitch magazine, she had one of her designs featured there. I mean, just lovely. Really cute, cute stuff. So this one, since, believe it or not, there are fireworks, right? Right there in the middle. There's some fireworks. So I thought I'm using, thank you, Share Bear, the sparkly fabric. So there's my start. And I just love the colors. It's so cute. Can't, maybe you can see the sparkle. The glare on my phone is ridiculous, so I'm just guessing you can see this at all. But yeah, you can see it. There it is. It's just kind of the silver sparkle. There's some that have more of a gold sparkle to it. And this is the, there goes old Lucy. There's the called for. I'm just doing all in DMC. There were 3 overdyes, and I had the DMC, so I'm running with it. Because there's not really any huge blocks of color there. I try to keep the overdyes, you know, like most people, for the blocks of color so you can see the nice variegation in it. It's not worth it for this one. So there's my 3 starts. 3 and a smidge. Like I said, the One Nation is what I had started before. I'm sure you've seen it 100 times. I think this pattern's at least 10 years old. I know Gary from Bygone Stitchery just posted his. He just finished his in the past week or so. So that's the most recent other person I've seen stitching it. But this I started on 32 count ale from good old 123 Stitch. Hooked me up on that one because I just didn't know what to do. Here's your, just using the called for. I didn't switch anything out on this at all. Using some of my little patriotic mini. Slowly but surely, I'll get my all my floss drops switched over. Like this one, I had some leftover of the 2 different kinds. So these are the patriotic tags, and this is the vintage one. So it sometimes you have a benefit when you screw things up and you have parts left over, and you're like, oh darn, more for me. So anyways, I'll quit running my mouth and show you One Nation. Ta-da! There's this. And if you follow me on the old Instagram, you've already seen this, but if you can see, there's the difference that I've done. I figured I'd seen so many other people do 100 different variations of this that I like beads. So I put beads in there. So in all these little doodads between the states, I will just throw in some beads. And then in the middle of the stars, there's supposed to be a little white stitch in the very, very middle. Not the best lighting, my bad. I may or may not add a white bead. We'll see. I only have kind of clear beads, so I need to dig through my stash, my leftover Mill Hill stuff, and see if I have some white ones to play with to see which ones I might like, and then order some. And so I may or may not add the white. I kind of like just the 4 blue beads right there. Stay tuned as I do more than 1 star, and we'll see which one looks better. You never can tell. Next up is the Perpetual Consider the Lilies by Heartstring Samplery. I did this one on a 46 count. What is it? Cappuccino by Fiber on a Whim, using the called for. And I finally invested in these little boards. I saw everybody else is doing the boards. I'll try to figure out the boards. How hard can it be, right? And you can hear Mom saying, if all your friends jumped off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge? Well, you know, depends on the bridge. Anyways, here I am playing with the boards. And I like how this thing likes to just change the lighting for no good reason. New phone, jacked everything up. Anyways, basically finished up the horsey. Obviously, this is a page break. did these little things, started the bee, worked a little bit on a flower. It was just nice to do something different. You know, after a while you're just like, what do I want to play with? I could look at my little book or follow Whip Go, or I could just pull out a bag and go, oh yeah, I like that one. It's kind of what I did. So that's Consider the Lilies. Always a nice break. And again, when it gets, I stitch in hand primarily, but when it comes to 46, I'm not that good. So I do put it in a put it in a Q-snap for that. Just one of the little small ones, working on a small spot at a time, not getting crazy and whatnot, just because it's easier for my old brain. And then next up, Let Love Rain by Teresa Kogut. And I have seen so many variations on this one recently, and they're gorgeous. I just love people that know what to do with color, which is not me. And I know that there's awesome videos out there, Colorado Cross Stitcher and whatnot, that, you know, say, here's how to play with color, and here's cool colors and warm colors, and I couldn't tell the difference if I had a thermometer, even one of those digital ones. Whatever. I just stick with people that know what they're doing. I mean, for me, to throw a bead in, woo, that's hardcore, right? So anyway, here is Let Love Rain. Basically, I got some of these finished up, did a little bit more with the lettering, and then I was falling asleep in the chair, so I went to bed. I think that's about it. And then I'm just using, like I said, the called for. I believe this is all DMC. Yep, it's pretty kinky, so it must be. I think, yep, there's two called for overdyed. You know, Oscar, of course. Everybody uses an Oscar for their greens, it seems like. I don't know how they make enough Oscar, but God bless them, they do. And that was a 40 count mystery fabric. I need to start making up some fun names for these, because honestly, I have entirely too much mystery fabric. And how I still have mystery fabric, having done this for a year now, and I pretty much write everything down, who knows? Clearly, I've got issues. Blowing right through this. It's going to be a quick one today, kids. Next up, my last whip is one I hadn't seen in a long time. Dreaming of Mums. Rosewood Manor. Doing this one on a 40 count Milk and Honey by Fiber on a Whim, with the mostly called for colors. See, now I'm talking smack. There is one substitution here, but it was only because the lady at the store helped me and they didn't have what I was looking for, but this one was right close. Even I could see that it was darn near the same and it matched the other, so it was good enough. So there she is. Basically, I finished this pretty thing right here and started all of that. And these colors are amazing. They really are beautiful. If you're even remotely considering this one, I highly recommend it. I love it every time I do it. Every single time. The only one that reminds me of that I'm working on is the, what is it, Memories of the Past, the Hands Across the Sea with the beautiful purple border. I'm going to have to pull that one out here soon. Just, the colors are amazing. And yes, I've been like everyone else, where I've seen where she's been teasing the new release by Hands Across the Sea. I'm like, oh, there's another one. All those gorgeous colors. So eagerly awaiting that release. Whenever, I think she said, what, middle of June supposed to be released? At least PDF. I don't know. So stay tuned for what Nicola has in store for us. Bless her heart. All right. Trying to get to my haul uncovered here. Plans. Nothing exciting. Because, you know, every time I plan something, there she goes. So basically stitch more. Hopefully have a little bit more time to myself this month and chill out. I don't think we have any trips planned. I'm sure we'll try to get up to see Zach sometime in maybe July or August. Probably July, because I have my sister trip in August. So yeah, June might be my one less crazy month. So we'll see how this works. And so stay at home and stitch more. Work on my fun Etsy stuff. So cut and paste. Do some punching. and stitch more as possible, if possible. I did get a new computer, laptop, because my other one was ancient. I mean, I don't remember when I bought it, honestly. I think probably 15 years ago. So she worked, but you know, you can almost hear the hamster in there wheezing as he was running, and the thing took 25 minutes to boot up. So this one's much better, and it's made editing the floss tags a lot easier. And hopefully, I would like to try to figure out the whole. I mean, I do Zoom meetings at work, so I understand the concept. I would like to do some Zoom stitching. So if anybody has any ideas, suggestions of, you know, group Zoom stitches or whatever, let me know below, or send me a note on Instagram or something. I'm really good at hearing people say, "Oh yeah, join us for a Zoom stitch," and I know there's a handful of other Flosstubers and whatnot that they have their own Facebook page or whatever, and they advertise them, and I do have some of those written down, and you know, half the time they're days I work or whatever, and so we'll see. But like I said, if you have any ideas, or you wanna be annoyed by me and doing a Zoom stitch, hey, let me know. And I'll do my best to entertain you and figure the whole thing out. So that's basically it. That's my concept of my you know, what is it? Set your goals low, attain them quickly, and coast. It's kind of a life motto for me. So there you go. That's my goal for June. Figure out some Zoom stitching spots to harass. So I was going through my haul. Don't you love this? 1, 2, 3 stitch. Beautiful colors. Here's some more. I wrote it down on a piece of paper what they're for. Can't find that piece of paper anymore. I think I keep looking over here because it's right there. It was one of the new starts I was thinking about doing. Is it Blueberry Hill or something like that? Another big, beautiful sampler. A couple Teresa Kogut's new from her spring book with the cute little wrens and whatnot. I think that's one of them. But they're pretty. I'll put them on my little keepers, and I'll use them eventually. And I'm certain plenty of you had also seen Hobbies of Holly D-Stash, and I happened to be flipping through the Instagram and saw that, and I'm like, oh, look at all her pretty stuff. So she had several little pieces of, or not so little pieces of the opalescent fabric. So I got some of that. There, you can kind of see it. There you go. It's a Lugana, just white. I think it's 32 count. There's another smaller piece of it. And then a raw linen opalescent. It's got more of the gold green opalescent to it. And then she had a big piece of, this one has more of the silver. And this is what I started the 4th of July on. And this is what's left of it. It was a nice big piece. So I bought them, and they were shipped the next day, and bless her, I already have some ideas what to do with those. Also from 1, 2, 3 Stitch, again, I got a 1/2 yard of the 32 opalescent. There we go. Got got a couple things in mind, but we'll see. Again, who doesn't like looking at sparkles? I know I'm a sucker for them. And then when I met up with one of my little new stitchy friends, Miss Kim, she gave me a bunch of these little 2024 charms. Isn't that nice? So I'll have to finish a few more things to find a place to put these on. We'll see. She puts them on a lot of her little, her finishes, yearly ones. They're really cute. So thank you, Miss Kim. And, oh, look at this. Found this at the Cracker Barrel. Half off. I said, shut up and take my money. Look at that. It was like $7. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but isn't it pretty? Again, there's shiny things on it. I had to buy it. So I did. Maybe I'll, I don't know, put stuff in it for retreat. It's almost too tiny, but I'll find something to put in there. Couple more quick things. Like I said, I got the gift card from Colorado Cross Stitcher. So I went on her site and got the Sarah Melthorpe. I've been watching and drooling over this one for a long time. Need another big girl, like, I don't know, I need a rash or something. It's ridiculous. But since I'm stupid like that, I also got me some 40 count parchment that probably is going to work just fine for Miss Melthorpe. At least that's the idea. What do you think? I know a lot of people have been doing that super, you know, what they called for, that's very mottled. That's nice. But not really my jam. So this might be a little too dark, but when the time comes, I'll do a little floss toss and we'll see what she looks like. Because it's very green. So that might take away from all the green that's in it. We'll see. If not, I'm sure I'll find something else to put on it. And then I have been agonizing and agonizing and agonizing for the longest time. And then I thought, well, you know what? It's my birthday. Go out and buy something silly, right? So I did. I just kept getting little reminders one way or the other about random chatelaines. Anytime I see them on Instagram or whatnot, they're just amazing. And then I saw, where is it? Queen City Stitchers or Queen City Guild. I don't remember. I'm slaughtering that, but they were advertising that next summer they're going to have a chatelaine weekend, and I don't know if I'll be lucky enough to get in, but I'll at least try. I don't think they've opened it up yet. I think they'll talk about it later this summer, or at least I've not gotten an update. If you know differently, let me know. But I would love to go, because these things are loaded with specialty stitches, a ton of beads and gems and all kinds of beautiful silks and specialty threads and yada yada yada. So to say they're intimidating to look at, I mean, just, yeah, that's an understatement. So had seen on Instagram, and of course I didn't go back and look it up to remember this lady's name, but if I remember, I'll throw it out there in the next video, or at least put it in the show notes. But she was showing one of hers. So I was like, you know, they're just gorgeous. And I just asked her, hey, you know, you tell me, is it worth it? Do you regret doing this? Should I just go ahead and jump in, or do I run away screaming and never look back? You tell me, because I'm open to either one. And she said, oh, absolutely, you should do it. They're not that bad. You know, the pattern does a great job of explaining things, so go for it. And I'm like, okay, because, you know, I had it narrowed down to, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 that I wanted, and oh God. So finally, after much agonizing, And the picture, of course, does this very little justice, but I decided I would pick up the Sparkling Peacock. And what's not to love? I mean, it's just, but then sourcing it all, good luck. I went through European Cross Stitch Company and got the bead pack. So there's all the beads and gems for it. And then I think 1, 2, 3 Stitch had a good part of it. And then found some of the Gloriana on a different site. It's of course evading me at the moment because there's watercolors. I'm sorry, water lilies, the Karen water killies. There's dinky dyes. And more dinky dyes. And more water lilies. Oh my gosh. Right? And then there's some more Gloriana and all these beautiful treasure braids. So, stand by. Oh, and then, of course, you can't put that much treasure braid and whatnot and beautiful silks and beads on a plain piece of fabric. Now, I got me some of the opalescent stuff to put it on. So there you go. Don't know when I'll be starting that craziness, but stand by for that. So, if you do any chatelaines, which ones have you been doing? Let me know. Or do you just like to kit up all of these beautiful things and then just sit there and look at them and pet them? Because God knows these things. Oh, they're beautiful. And just like all the other silks, you just want to play with them. So let me know what you're working on. Or if you know any more information about the chatelaine weekend, let me know. And if nothing else, maybe I'll just, you know, if I can't get in, I'll just sit outside and look sad and watch everybody else figure everything out. So anyways, that's all I got for y'all today, kids. Hopefully maybe 2-3 weeks. I'll try not to be 5 weeks out next time. I'll try to be better. If I can stitch more and I'll have more to show you, then we'll go from there. But I wish you all the best. Happy stitching and all that. And I hope to see you soon.